What's up, my peoples? Salutations, Yasharal, Israel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Thanks for stopping back by. You see the title. This video is called Eclipse. Before I get started, I just want to give all reverence, respect, esteem, honor, holiness, splendor, majesty, and all exaltation to His Majesty, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true and living God. YHWH. All right. His name is Yahuwah. Let me read the definition in the Collins Dictionary of eclipse. All right. Or definitions. Number one, countable noun. An eclipse of the sun is an occasion when the moon is between the and the sun, so that for a short time you cannot see part or all of the sun. An eclipse of the moon is an occasion when the earth, that's supposed to say earth up there, the earth and the sun. It says and the sun. They need to correct that. But an eclipse of the moon is an occasion when the earth is between the sun and the moon, so that for a short time you cannot see part or all of the moon. Transitive verb. If one thing is eclipsed by a second thing that is bigger, newer, or more important than it, the first thing is no longer noticed because the second thing gets all the attention. And that's the definition that I want to use right there. All right. Truth is beginning to eclipse all the lies, the deception. We live in a part of the world where it says lies will become basically truth, and truth will become lies. Right will be considered wrong. Wrong will be considered right. Evil will be considered good. Good will be considered evil. We live in a day and time like that right now. And I believe that the Father, not saying it's going to happen at the exact moment of the eclipse, but I do believe he's using it, that this eclipse is a sign for his people. All right. And whether it be a transition to the end of the world as we know it, or that he's just transitioning his truth to overwhelmingly start taking out all these lies and deception, the Most High is fixing to eclipse the evil in this world himself. That's what I believe that is this the time that we're upon right now. All right. Let me read. Let me go to the Joel chapter 2 and read a couple of verses for you guys. All right. I want to, let's see here. All right. Joel chapter 2. All right. I want to start at verse 11. It says, "And Yahuwah roars aloud at the head of the divine army. For vast indeed is this host. Numberless are those that do the mighty one's bidding. For great is the day of Yahuwah, most terrible. Who can endure it?" Is this eclipse a sign of the day of Yahuwah? All right. Is this eclipse a sign that the Most High is fixing to punish the nations? The Most High is fixing to cleanse the lands over here in America, because America has shed a lot of innocent blood. I mean, is that what this eclipse is a sign of? All right. And is this the moment in time where the Most High is about to eclipse evil himself? All right. it says, yet even now, says Yahuwah, turn back to me with all your hearts and with fasting, weeping, and lamenting. Rend your hearts rather than your garments, and turn back to Yahuwah, your mighty one, your God. For he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in kindness, and renouncing punishment. So even at the final moment, right before he drops his wrath, he's going to allow his children and his followers and his servants a chance. There will be a chance right before it's too late. This could be that opportunity for you. If you're listening to this video right now and you're still skeptical about leaving that New Testament idol alone, seek the Father only for your salvation. Ask him to clear your mind and clear your mind of everything that you have in it right now, and give you what he wants you to receive. But you got to do this with a sincere and authentic heart, or it ain't gonna happen. It's like the Christian. It's kind of like when the Christians say, you got to have faith for him to perform his miracles, for that JC character to perform his miracles. You got to have faith, and if he don't perform his miracles, then you didn't have enough faith. Well, this is something kind of like that. Only if you're sincere, the Father will open your eyes to his truth. Let me go down a few verses to verse 16. It says, gather the people, bid the congregation purify themselves. Bring together the old, gather the babes and the sucklings at the breast. Let the bridegroom come out of his chamber, the bride from her canopy couch. Between the portico and the altar, let the priests, Yahuwah's ministers, weep and say, oh, spare your people, Yahuwah. Let not your possession become a mockery, to be taunted by nations. Let not the people say, where is their God? Is this eclipse a moment in time where those of you who don't believe in the Most High only, where you open your minds and open your hearts to that truth? Allow the Most High to come in and eclipse that New Testament idol. Allow the Most High to come in and eclipse the bad habits and the evil lifestyles that you may be living, thinking that you can be saved by that New Testament idol. No man can save you. Only the Most High saves. And his salvation is tangible. His salvation, we will be able to feel it, see it, and experience it, because it's a real salvation. It's a salvation from our oppression. It's a salvation from our oppressors. Let's see. Let's go over to let me read this real quick. Joel chapter 3, and this is my Safari app. Joel chapter 3, all right, verse 5. Oh, no. Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 3. Before the great and terrible day of Yahuwah comes, I will set portents in the sky and on earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall turn into darkness and the moon into blood. We have seen those portents in the sky already, and we're about to see a major one coming up this Monday. Verse 5. But everyone who invokes Yahuwah's name shall escape, for there shall be a remnant on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, as Yahuwah promised. Anyone who invokes Yahuwah will be among the survivors. If you call on his name, I call on Yahuwah, and I'll do a video about his name in the future, why I say the name that I say. All right, I'll do a video on that in the near future. But I call on Yahuwah because when I asked all those questions, Father, what are you trying to show me? Father, where are you leading me? Father, what is your name? Father, what do you want me to do? Father, who should I, approach? When I was asking all those questions, he led me to the name Yahuwah. So that's why I call on him. And like I said, I will explain that. There is research behind it. All right. Let's go over to Psalms 19 real quick. Let's go to Psalms 19. Hope you guys been paying attention to everything out there. Psalms 19. We're going to read verses 1 through 4. It says, for the leader, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Almighty. The sky proclaims his handiwork. Day to day makes utterance, night to night speaks out. There is no utterance, there are no words whose sound goes unheard. All right. David right here is proclaiming that the heavens declare the work of the Almighty, the work of Yahuwah. All right. The sky proclaims his handiwork. That's what David is describing to us. And so as this eclipse approaches us and happens and the days leading up to it, the days after the eclipse, one of the things we should get out of this is that the Most High created it this way. Man cannot create a sun and a moon. All right? There had to be a creator, somebody who created this the way it is. And that story is attached to the people of the Most High. All right? That book that they call the Bible, that book is about God's people, his chosen people, and his relationship with them, and what he did to them when they were righteous, and what he did to them when they were unrighteous, and the future of his people. That's what that book is about. And these signs that we've been noticing in the sky, the 2017 American eclipse, the eclipses that have happened on other continents, the blood moons, the moon eclipses, all these different, the comets and all these things that happen in the sky, all right, the constellations, all right. We're told not to be dismayed of those things, although the nations are dismayed. Definition of dismay, I believe, is terrified or afraid, all right, or anxious, okay? We're not supposed to be afraid of those things. We're supposed to pay attention to those things because they are predictors of events that the Most High is preparing his people for. Is this eclipse the time that he is going to save his true people? You got to ponder on these things. All right. Let me read a couple of notes I took about this upcoming eclipse, and then we'll be done. All right. This eclipse will be the last total solar eclipse until 2044 and 2045. All right. They've done all these calculations over the calendars and stuff, and they know when the next total solar eclipse is going to happen over the United States. It'll be 2024 and 2025. All right. Some more information. This will be the longest eclipse since 1806. This eclipse is supposed to be on land at where we get the shadow of the moon in certain locations for an estimated 4 minutes and 27 to 28 seconds. And it won't be casting a shadow that long. It hasn't casted a shadow that long since 1806. And the last time that two American eclipses created an X was 1806 and then 1811. But afterwards, after that 1811 eclipse, some of the worst earthquakes and natural disasters that ever happened on the continent of North America happened. So keep that in mind. All right. Did you know that NASA is planning to launch rockets to put instruments in the sky that will measure the ionosphere? All right. They want to see how the temperature change up there during the eclipse will mess with the ionosphere, which would ultimately mess with the world's communication system. I don't know if they're doing that or not, but that's what they saying. That's the reason why they launching 3 or 4 rockets up there at the same time. All right. Have you guys thought about this? What if this X, because X marking the spot from 2017 to 2024, all right, what if this X is a sign that the New Madrid seismic zone is about to erupt? What if the Father is warning us of that, to prepare for that? All right. Hey, what if the X created, over Carbondale, Illinois, with a place that they call New Egypt? What if that is the location of where David is? What if that's where, the Messiah, the true Messiah, the true coming King, what if that's his location? What if it's a sign of that? Did you guys know that this eclipse is going almost exclusively through Tornado Alley? All right, and that includes where I live, here in Oklahoma. All right. And that it could possibly drop temperatures enough on that day to cause storms that produce tornadoes. I mean, it's just scientists and meteorologists are not throwing that possibility out. How are they able to predict cloudy weather back in February for April 8th? If weather manipulation ain't possible, that's something to think about. Now, here where I'm at, the 7-day forecast says it's supposed to be sunny on Mondays, but I mean, we'll see. They spray so much here, you just don't know, man. We have chemtrails all the time here. It's cloudy today. Did you know that over 1 billion locusts are supposed to awaken and rise from the earth on April 8th? Tell me how the scientists know that. That's crazy. Did you know that CERN is getting they're gonna ramp up full activity for the CERN hydrogen collider on April 8th? And if you guys go watch my live from yesterday, from Sunday, I explain a little bit more on that CERN thing. Did you know that this will be the most viewed? There will be opportunity for this to be the most viewed eclipse of all time in North America. There are 32 million people in the path of this eclipse. Here's a fun question and thought. I wonder how many Christians will think that the corona looks like JC's crown of thorns. There's also supposed to be a comet that may become visible, maybe not from the naked eye, but if you have binoculars or some kind of scope or microscope or whatever, you might be able to see the devil comet, is what they calling it. And then I don't really consider the towns of Egypt, Nineveh, or Salem that important, because I don't believe that that's what the names are of those places, those biblical places in the original manuscripts. So I don't think that those things are significant. A lot of people are making significance from those, but I don't think they're very significant. That's my opinion. And the last thing, this eclipse is getting a lot of national and international attention. All right. But we're not supposed to, like I said before, we're not supposed to be dismayed at the spectacles that are going on in the sky. We're supposed to pay attention to them because they're signs to us. They're signs. They're used for signs, seasons, days, and years. And obviously, the eclipse is not a season. It's not a day, and it's not a year. So obviously, an eclipse is a sign. All right. So hope you guys got your popcorn ready, and I hope you guys got your shotguns ready. All right. But no, in being for real though, I suggest at least one day coming up on this eclipse that you guys that are watching this fast for a day, afflict yourself, afflict your soul by not eating the whole day and talking to the Most High that day and just being in communion with him and allowing him to see that you are a willing vessel for him to save, that you do respect him and that you do reverence him, and you do think to some of the things that he acknowledged within our ancestors. A lot of times when our ancestors fasted, he heard them because he knew that they were afflicting themselves. They were going against what their normal everyday activity was, and that's one way. And of course, those of you who read and study know that the real fast that the Most High prefers is when we help strangers, orphans, when we help widows, and when we take care of the poor. All right. So, and when we just have an open heart to help people, especially those who are righteous and trying to be righteous. So, just wanted to run this video, some of this information by you, and do this video to tell you guys to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Something is coming. All right. If you haven't seen my video on that's called Something Is Coming, go watch that. All right. Something definitely is coming. And I believe that the Most High, I believe that we've atoned for our sin. We lived out the 400 years of oppression, and I believe that the Most High is fixing to do that new thing he talked about in Jeremiah. All right, I believe he's about to do that new thing. But if you still believe in a New Testament Savior, if you believe in that idol, you may not receive salvation from Yahuwah. All right. Yahuwah tells us in many verses that he is alone. He don't know any other gods besides himself. So leave the idol alone. Leave all the false religions alone. Buddhism, Scientology. Stop believing that you are your own God and you power your own life. Stop believing in that stuff. Don't believe in chakras and all that stuff. Believe that Yahuwah alone can and will save you. Believe that Yahuwah alone is creator, and believe that Yahuwah alone, all right, chose Israel and will redeem Israel. Claim your spot, all right, in the kingdom by serving the Most High, the Almighty, the Creator alone. All right. Much love. You guys stay safe out there. Pay attention. All right. And until the next video, shalom, shalom, and shalom.